Hey, what's up? This is Gary from Reddit, and I just got finished reading this Escobar, Drugs, Guns, Money, Power, and it's actually written by his brother, as you can see there, Roberto Escobar. And the reason I wanted to read this is I was always kind of interested in Escobar's story because I'm into crime, a lot of real crime, organized crime books and stuff like that. It just interests me. And I started watching Narcos, and I even watched they've got like a Spanish filmed Pablo Escobar show on Netflix as well. I even watched that. The thing is with that one is it's got subtitles. It's all in Spanish, so you got to read the subtitles. So I don't think a lot of people will enjoy that experience. And there's a lot of episodes. There's like over 70 episodes or something like that, and they're all like 1 hour, but like you can binge watch them. It's really interesting. But yeah, all that made me want to read the book. And coming from Roberto Escobar, it was definitely going to be more accurate than just a general biography written by somebody else. And I was really engrossed when I was reading this. There are some parts that are a bit biased because it's Escobar's brother who wrote this. His brother who survived and everything. So obviously, a lot of the times he leans towards Pablo's side of things in this book, and his way of thinking. But I didn't mind that, like, because it's obvious. It's his brother, it's his family, so he's gonna be on the side of Pablo. But there are times where he admits that Pablo was in the wrong and he shouldn't have done certain things. But it's the reality they were born into, because he talks about how corrupt Colombia was. The government was very terrible when they were growing up, like, and the country was so poor. So it was natural that they kind of just grew up into, first Pablo went into smuggling just general goods into the country, but then he progressed, and then he went into selling drugs, cocaine, and importing it into America and other countries, and that was his rise to power. And Roberto speaks about how rich he came from this, and how much he gave back to the poor. Because the way he talks about Escobar, you would never believe he was a bad man, because he did so much to help the poor people in the country. He would send people to school. He would build schools and hospitals and zoos and stuff like that. He would really help people. It's just the fact that once he became at odds with the government, that's when things started to turn south a little bit, because you can't mess with the government. The government is the government at the end of the day, no matter what country you're in, and it's always going to be a losing battle. I mean, even if there's a long time or a long period of time where you've got the advantage over the government, eventually you're just gonna lose, because the government has the power to seek help from other countries, and they've got a lot of support in that regard. So Pablo, once he went against the government, that was it. And then once he started resorting to acts of terrorism with the bombings and bringing down the planes and stuff like that, that's when things got really serious. And obviously that's when he solidified himself as a terrorist, pretty much. And you can't, at that point you can't support somebody like this. But I like complex characters. I like characters that are bad guys, but you can kind of identify with them and you can understand their logic and what they're trying to achieve. I like that in criminals, and that's what really captured me about this book. I was very captivated. It was a very emotional roller coaster, just reading everything they went through when they was on the run. They had to go through jungles, they had to hide in caves, and all this stuff. It was just it was really interesting to read about it. So I recommend this book to anyone who likes reading true crime, for sure. If there's any other book you want me to review, then let me know. You can go to my Goodreads and see all the books that I've read in the past few years and stuff. So let me know if there's a specific book you would like me to review. And that's it for now. I'm out. Peace.